We're going to start by talking about the direct examination of witnesses and the techniques for doing it.
This probably doesn't look like a typical law school classroom. The students are already practicing lawyers and law professors, some of them with decades of experience. They're gathered at a hotel in Tijuana to learn a completely new way of lawyering.
An examination might go something like this. Where were you on the night? Why were you there? Oh, no, that's why were you there. Sorry.
The 4-day training is a collaborative effort of the Autonomous University of Baja California in Mexicali, the University of San Diego Law School, and Trans-Border Institute. The trainings began 2 years ago after Mexico's federal legislature passed sweeping reforms to the justice system. Here's how the old system works.
Usually the prosecutor investigated with the help of policemen, and the evidence that they gathered, for example, statements from witnesses were written down, and those written statements were produced in trial, and they had the value of evidence.
The judge made his decision primarily based on those written statements. There was almost no examination and cross-examination of witnesses before a judge, like in a U.S. trial. And here's another curious aspect of the old system.
Everybody had open access to the judges without anyone else being there. I can't imagine a system that would create more suspicion about the behavior of the judges.
The Emmy Award-winning 2008 documentary, Presumed Guilty, brought international attention to the problems in Mexico's justice system. The film tells the story of a young man wrongly accused of murder in Mexico City. He's eventually found innocent, thanks largely to a husband and wife team of lawyers who exposed the lack of transparency and arbitrariness in the young man's detention and trial.
Ni idea de mis derechos, ni idea de nada.
But justice in Mexico is slowly starting to look different. By law, the 2008 reforms must be implemented by each of the country's 31 states by 2016. Some doubt this deadline can be met. It's a huge task. For one thing, the courts have to be completely redesigned. And then there's the training. In Baja California, the state justice system is training many of its own employees. But what about lawyers in private practice? USD and the public university in Mexicali can only train a small fraction of them.
Nos falta trabajar un poco en el abogado.
We have to work a bit more with private lawyers, who are the ones with the least access to training, because training costs money.
In Baja California, only Mexicali is currently using the new criminal trial system. The municipalities of Tijuana, Ensenada, and Tecate are scheduled to implement it in the coming years. In the meantime, there's been plenty of resistance to this new way of running criminal trials among Mexican law professionals.
The old judges and magistrates are the ones that opposed the most to the reforms. They knew how to do things, and they thought they were doing them right. And the system worked. Well, no, there's no perfect system, but it worked.
Still, many lawyers and professors are positive about the changes.
En la medida que se va aprendiendo, se va conociendo los alcances.
As people begin to learn and understand the scope of the new system, they start to get the feeling that the system creates more transparency and benefits us all in the long run.
The new criminal trial system will only be used for state crimes in Mexico. Federal crimes will continue to be tried under the old system.